つ全然好きじゃない。ほらもう帰るよ。
Top 10 animes where girl rejects boy and regrets it, part 2. Even though Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen would tell you that love is worthless, there is still something to be said about the moments of rejection. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a few animes that involve a plot element where a girl rejects or shrugs off a boy only to later change her mind on him. It's basically a part 2 of the top 10 anime where girl rejects boy and regrets it, so definitely check out that video as well after you're done with this one. Well then, with that said, let's talk about a few heartbreaking animes.
私たちもう会うこともないのかな。
Number 10, Kimi no Irumachi, a town where you live. The first one on our list is a story that starts in a town and then takes us to the metropolis city of Tokyo. There is a boy named Haruto who was living a normal life in the countryside. Everything was normal, it was alright, but then one day a girl named Suzuki pulled up out of nowhere. She was here temporarily, but the time he spends with her ends up as the most colorful period of his life. But then she returns to Tokyo. Fast forward to some time later, Haruto also moves to Tokyo with his sister. He is here to pursue a career as a cook, but of course, he also wants to see Yuzuki again. Well, he finds her, but she seems a bit distant. Now what? Especially considering his neighbor is also a cutie.
幼馴染のたかしくん、メガネかけてるの。でね、その子を追っ払っちゃったんだよ。
知った。
でしょ？ただの勘違いなのにね。
何か得でもあるのか。
なんなのよもう。いつも何考えてるんだ。
いいから言うことを聞け。
Number 9, High School of the Dead. Moving on, we have High School of the Dead. Our protagonist named Takashi was in an awkward position in his friends group. His best friend is dating his childhood crush named Rei, and all he can do is watch from a distance. That is until a zombie apocalypse resulted in his best friend's death. But forget about love or romance, these guys now have to fend for their lives. There are zombies everywhere. Takahashi, Rei, joins hands with the beautiful president of the Kendo Club, an arms otaku, a politician's daughter, and their school nurse. To be honest guys, this anime may be life and death, but it is still just as spicy as it can get.
じゃあ、本当はあわやのことそんなに好きじゃないでしょ。え、なんで？
Number 8, Kuzu no Honkai, Scums Wish. Well, speaking of spicy, the anime we have next is Scums Wish. What we have here is an unusually toxic relationship between two high school students who actually love their teachers, but because they can't get into a relationship with their teachers, they decide to hook up with each other. It's also kind of comical because the teachers they love are dating each other. Yeah, nothing about this anime sounds healthy. Please proceed with caution, guys.
立ってる。
Many ways, you are my best friend in the world.
A friend?
Next, we have Dean Angel at number 7. We have a guy named Daisuke. It's his 14th birthday, and although he is kind of a nerd, he decides to finally confess his love to a girl he has liked for a long time. Her name is Risa, but as you can expect, he is rejected. But something strange starts happening. Whenever he thinks of her, he transforms into an infamous phantom thief. Wait, what? I'd say if you find the premise even a little bit interesting, you're going to enjoy this anime. It's kind of unusual, like imagine turning into a phantom thief just because you're lovesick. But hey, we ball!
Are you dark? Or are you Niwa?
It's a little bit of both. I am myself and he is himself.
Number 6, Suzuka. Following this, we have Suzuka at number 6. It's similar to A Town Where You Live because Just like that anime, the protagonist moves from the countryside to Tokyo for high school. Now, he needs a place to live and sleep. Luckily, his aunt and cousins run a bathhouse and a girls-only dormitory where he can stay in return for helping them with the business. Sure enough, like, why the hell not? Though, as he is on his way to his new home, he sees a gracious high jumper practicing her jumping technique. He is mesmerized, and if that wasn't enough, this girl turns out to be his neighbor in that dorm. Her name is Suzuka, and to be honest, she doesn't have a positive opinion of our boy because of his clumsy nature and whatnot. But can he somehow change her perception of him? That's the question. Alright, the anime we have at number 5 is Charlotte. The protagonist is a guy named Yu who has a special ability. He can take over anyone's body for 5 seconds and you bet he abuses the hell out of it. From cheating on exams to manufacturing a situation that allows him to land a girlfriend, he does it all. However, the story does take a tragic direction in the sense that the girl who leaves him in the beginning is brought back to the story just to see if she can help him get out of a hardcore depression. I won't spoil it, but you'll know which scene I'm talking about when you get there. Just start watching and you'll see how deep the rabbit hole goes.
頼みますわっイエーうわっいって
あんなやつ全然好きじゃないほらもう帰るよ
Well, moving on, we have Golden Time at number 4. The story follows a boy who loses his former self because of a tragic accident. He moves to Tokyo for college and essentially starts a new life. But between making friends, falling in love, and trying to remember the past, not to mention the girl he used to love, where will the story ultimately take us? Golden Time is a story that seems silly at first, but the further you go into it, the more it begins to explore things like regrets, mistakes, and moving on for a better tomorrow. What would he do when he finally remembers who he was and who he used to love?
バカな私を許してよ
許さね
このままだとこの形のまま手が固まっちゃう戻らなきゃ病院しゅうちゃん
Number 3. Hachimitsu to Clover, Honey and Clover. Following this, we have Honey and Clover at number 3. This one also takes place in a college, an arts college to be more precise. We have a guy named Yuta who shares a cheap apartment with his senior, and although he isn't the type who takes his future seriously, his life takes a dramatic turn when he comes across a girl named Hagumi. I guess you could say that he falls in love at first sight, but is it going to be mutual? What I'll tell you guys is that this girl also falls in love, but which one of the 3 does she fall in love with? That's the question.
泣きたくなってしまう迷子になるといつだって必ず探しに来てくれたもう一度
At number 2, we have Toradora. On one hand, we have a gentleman named Ryuji who is often mislabeled as a delinquent because of his scary face, and on the other hand, we have a fiery girl named Taiga who is small and cute, but unlike Ryuji, who is a gentleman, she's anything but gentle. It's also funny how Ryuji's name means dragon while Taiga's name means tiger. One day, the two of them bond together when they realize that the one they have a crush on is each other's best friend. Bingo. Now, let's see if these two can actually be good wingmen, because the way I see it, they might as well just marry each other, but maybe that's just me. Nah, just kidding. Everybody has seen Toradora by now, after all.
離れていかれちゃうなら
自分から離れていこうってバーカ
7が一緒でよかった一人で訪れるにはここは思い出が多すぎる
But what about the final anime on our list? it's Nana, and unlike Toradora, some people may still not have watched it because it looks a bit odd, even though it came out just a couple of years before Toradora. But, well, anyways, Nana is the best written anime when it comes to the complexities and intricacies of relationships for young girls. It's a beautiful but also kind of a grim story. The story follows two girls, both named Nana, who start living together in Tokyo and experience all the fun and sadness youth has to offer. And what I love about this anime is how authentically it portrays the reality of life. That's why the struggle these two girls experience is awe-inspiring. These were the top 10 animes where girl rejects boy and regrets it part 2. Definitely check out the part 1 of this video, and if you have any similar animes that you want to share with all of us, the comment sections is your oyster. As always, a like and subscribe will be most welcome, and if you're feeling particularly giddy about these anime recommendations, that super thanks button is always ready to be pressed by you at any moment now. Yup, any and all support is genuinely appreciated. And with that said, I'll see you guys on my next video.